We all face at one point in our lives a pivotal moment when we are facing a challenge where our strategies and our ways of doing things doesn't work anymore. And how do we get out of this? How do we get back on track? Welcome to Enjoy Life, Enjoy Yourself. Today it's 18th February 2022. I'm Ingo Hampe, and I would like to talk about how to deal with change. You may have heard this before, the famous phrase by Mike Tyson, everybody's got a plan until you got punched in the face. And this is exactly how it felt when my wife and we tried to move to London and at the border, because we didn't take properly care of our immigration requirements and documents, had to be forced to go back to Germany. So, yeah, it felt like a punch in the face or a punch in the stomach, and it took us at least 2 weeks to recover from this because we had planned otherwise. But in this moment of where we are faced and forced to do things differently, there lies an opportunity as well. But it's a hard lesson to do this. So we are forced to start over and come up with new solutions. And the biggest challenge in this is that there's no deadline, there's no defined timeline. We cannot say that by the end of April we have done this, we have completed our visa work, because there are many elements that are out of our control. And life has become more and more complex, and these disruptive moments can happen at any time. And we are unprepared for that. There is no plan B. There is no slag to mitigate this. But in this, there lies also something that is, like I said, it's an opportunity. With it came some clarity and focus for me. So right now getting this visa is top priority, and this allows me to push things aside and say, well, I will deal with this later. Sure, there's always coming up with something, life is coming up with something, but the priorities are clear. And what's also fascinating is that this clarity that sips into other aspects of my life, and for me, one really big thing is that it sips also in my work as a photographer. So I'm working with photographing models for 5 years now, and there has been times when I realized that I have to make a change in the way I work and in the way I create photos. But all the time it felt like it doesn't go anywhere. And also when I make minor adjustments and see how I develop and progress as a photographer, there was this nagging feeling that the purpose of what I do was missing. And accidentally or coincidentally, or maybe not, with this pivotal moment in my life, also there came a clarity in what I want my photography to be, that I want to combine these elements I care about, which is coaching, which is mindfulness, and which is also people photography, and to bring them all together in a consistent framework, in a consistent concept, because so far I've claimed that I make photos to make sense of my life, of myself, of the world around me. I use it as a tool for self-development, but I never provide the evidence that I really do this. And now there's this shift in my mindset that this is what I should do. everything else. Taking pictures is great, it's part of it, but don't worry about projects, don't worry about selling my prints, don't worry about making a living out of it. Just make this conscious photography, how I call it, happen and make it real and bring it to the world. This is what came to me very clearly and which is my focus for now. From my personality, I'm not very good at making plans. It doesn't come natural to me. And instead of making plans, I have to replace this with routines and habits and get things done this way, which requires also discipline. And now that the clarity and the focus is there, it also helps me to get the discipline and to get these things done. So this is something I would like to tell you, that when we are experiencing these pivotal moments and we have the opportunity to find clarity and focus, it felt different, life felt different, and we are able to do things now. The time has come to do things now that we are, postponing and procrastinating about it. Thank you for listening, and till next time, bye.